Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to Comic Review 47. And today I'll be reviewing the Wonder Woman movie. Now, I thought that this movie was so good. Like, I liked it better than Captain America, I liked it better than Iron Man. This is actually one of the best movies that DC has to offer since The Dark Knight, which is actually saying something because we got Batman v Superman, we got Man of Steel, we got The Dark Knight Returns. And those movies were, okay, pretty much. We got Suicide Squad, which is also okay. But Wonder Woman was so good. First of all, from what I've heard, the director pretty much has a lot of credit for making the movie possible. So Patty Jenkins is the director for Wonder Woman. And I think she did a really great job of, directing how the actors we're going to interact during this movie, how the story was going to go, how the plot was going to summarize, And, well, first of all, I want to mention that I did a review on my Instagram. You can check that out at Comic Review 47. And, well, on my Instagram, I said that I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. And that's really true because, I don't know, I just really love the movie. When I wrote on Instagram, I had it fresh on my mind. Now I just kind of forgot what it was about a little, but I'll tell you what I liked and just some little things I didn't like. Now, first of all, the fighting scenes were astounding. I just really liked how Wonder Woman, well, first of all, she had her sword and her shield. Actually, her shield really gave me some Captain America vibes. Captain America heavily uses his shield. In Captain America: The First Avenger, that movie was really great because he was pretty much the world's first superhero. And same here with Wonder Woman. Now, what they did with the movie was instead of World War II, they went ahead and went back to World War I, which is really good because World War II is, I don't know, it's just a little overused. Nobody actually does World War I when there was still less technology and all that. But anyways, the fight scenes were so amazing. She goes in from one building and I like how it's not just over quickly. If it they actually try to make it interesting. She uses her shield, she uses her sword. One of these guys hits her with a piece of wood or something. It just breaks because her body's so strong because she's a god. I just thought it was so amazing. And then there was slow motion scenes. And also when they were fighting, everyone, she was using a lot her bracelets or her gauntlets. She would actually deflect them. Deflect the bullets, which is really comically accurate. And so yeah, I did like the use of the slow motion. Some people said that they overdid it, but I personally like that they use slow motion. Kind of like how it works in Transformers, how Michael Bay did it in the first few movies. The sort of slow-mo action, which is I actually am a fan of. So anyways, well, the next thing I would like to say is that Wonder Woman came out as comically accurate, and I really think that's important because it really has to pop out of the comic, pop out of the pages, and that's what this movie did. This movie really brought her to life, and I'm going to try to make this review spoiler free so for those of you who haven't seen it and those of you who have seen it can enjoy it alike. So anyways, she uses her lasso of truth, which is actually really cool because Steve Trevor is really resisting because, he's a spy. He can't reveal any information, towards the beginning of the movie. And it actually hurts when he talks about his own life and, why he's a spy and what he's doing. It's really hard for him to tell the truth, but he eventually does because there's no resisting the lasso of truth. And another thing that I'd like to mention is that, Gal Gadot is the actress, and she did so good. I really like the way she physically looks, the way she acted. She really physically looks just like Wonder Woman. And I'll show you Wonder Woman number 41 from the DCU. You could just kind of compare and contrast. To me, they seem pretty alike, as far as, physically. And also, Gal Gadot had a kind of accent during the movie, and so did the actresses in Themyscira. So I thought that was pretty cool. They make her kind of foreign, and I really like how in the beginning of the movie, she's naive. She thinks, just well, at the beginning, she thinks, humanity doesn't choose to be the way they are. It's like the gods that control it. So I really thought that at the beginning, she was a little naive and she thought everything was perfect. But, towards the end, she started, realizing that humans had a certain darkness in them. So I thought that was really cool. And also, not only did Gal Gadot do a good job as Wonder Woman, but also the other actors and actresses too. Like, they really did their part well. For example, you have Chris Pine, who was Steve Trevor, and he actually did pretty phenomenal. He actually did a pretty good job as Steve Trevor, because the connection between Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor in this movie is so like staticky, like they're so in love with each other, and you can kind of feel that during the movie. It's not rushed. I don't even think they kiss, which is actually pretty good because it's not so cliche that, in just a matter of days that, they're already like super, into a relationship. I thought that was pretty nice. I just really felt like Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor were like the perfect couple. In the comics, it kind of reflects that too, but now Wonder Woman is going towards Superman, and also Steve Trevor. It's a little complicated. And yeah, as I said on my Instagram, like, the characters aren't really annoying. You actually get to like them a lot, Even if they're the villains, I actually think that the villains are actually kind of badass. We got Dr. Poison. We got like General, I think Ludendorff, I think that was his name. We got like, Ares as a character. They all have, different roles. So I like how there's, a couple villains, not just one villain, It adds more to the movie. And another thing that I like to know is that Dr. Poison, it's pretty cool the way she is like in this movie, because as we see in I think it's Sensational Comics #1, back in 1942, I believe, there Dr. Poison appears, and actually she's, I think, one of the first Wonder Woman villains. So that's pretty cool how they reflect that Dr. Poison was, from World War II, but of course, in the movie they did it World War I. So at that time there wasn't really as much technology, so that was pretty cool how Dr. Poison was working with the Germans. I thought that was really cool how they also got into the war and all that. I think the origin story, they really pulled it off. I love the way that they showed Themyscira. The CGI was amazing. It actually looked realistic. As you can see in the trailer, in the trailer it kind of shows like the landscape. It shows like a Wonder Woman in her warrior outfit, and I like how they really explain everything. They even explain why Wonder Woman is the only Amazon that just kind of leaves Themyscira, and why she can't really know too much because of, Ares and things like that. So I thought that was really cool how they really explain to you, because some movies you're like, well, why did this happen? Why did that happen? This one did a solid job at explaining. Now, one thing that I didn't like about this movie is Ares. Now, Ares looked really badass with the armor, but once he took off the armor from his head, he looked ridiculous. I've seen, I'll show you guys a meme that I saw on Instagram a couple times. When Ares took off his mask, he looks like that dude from the Rugrats movie. So I thought that was really cool. And I thought the meme was really funny because, I don't know, Ares didn't really look like a British type guy with a mustache. I don't know, Ares looked a bit ridiculous in the movie, to say the least. It just didn't really fit his role. I would have liked that general dude to be Ares, and that dude with the mustache to be the General Ludendorff. But whatever. That wasn't really much of that was only a minor setback, because anyways, Ares put on his armor and it looked so badass. It looked it looked just like it popped out of the comic, This movie just made me so excited. It made me really excited. Like, I actually almost liked it more than the Avengers from 2012. I did like it more than Age of Ultron. This is actually, honestly, I can say one of the best movies I've seen in a while. Comic book movie, that is. And yeah, I think what I really like about this movie, for the most part, is that it takes you back to the old days. It really sets you back. It makes you feel like you're a citizen back during World War I watching a movie about Wonder Woman. I mean, it just makes me feel like I'm watching a World War I movie from back in that era. I don't know. It just takes me back in time. It's so awesome. And also, you know, I like how at the end, you know, the alliance that Wonder Woman had with Steve Trevor and the other two guys, you know, they just took a picture, black and white, and that was pretty cool. Now Wonder Woman has that in her memories. And before I finish this review, one thing that I didn't like, and that actually kind of bothered me, there was no end credit scene. So if you're gonna go see the movie, there's no end credit scene, so don't even bother waiting. I waited through the whole thing. There was a couple other guys waiting too, and then we were kind of disappointed because there was an end credit scene in Suicide Squad, as a matter of fact, and you know, I just thought that was a little disappointing. And in Batman v Superman too, so I don't know why they didn't put one in Wonder Woman. Maybe it was Patty Jenkins, the director, who didn't want it. Maybe not. So that's my review on Wonder Woman. If you haven't watched the movie yet, go watch it. Definitely go watch it. And if you have watched it, you know, consider watching it again. It was that good, honestly. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, I'm gonna start, you know, uploading a little more, and probably not on my second channel. I'm probably gonna focus more on my first channel and maybe forget about my second channel, because I actually want to upload, you know, more on my main channel. But anyways, guys, be sure to leave a like and comment, you know, what was your favorite part of the movie, and if you're excited to see the movie, because I know I was really hyped for it, and when I watched the movie, it got me even more hyped. So and also subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.